Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 4 of Forgecraft. Soren, I'm liking the layout of the base thus far.
Yeah.
It's looking nice, dude.
Come on.
Let us see. Let's see what you got.
I haven't built anything. We have no nether stars yet. We're good.
Okay. I mean, it's only been a few hours since...
It's only been a few hours.
Since
Give me 2 more.
3, so...
Someone else asking why I don't have flight yet, and that's a good question. It's actually not that hard
What
to
are
get.
our flight options? There's actually additions, so we can do the bat wings thing that he has.
Angel Ring's also a doable thing.
True, true.
And it doesn't need another star, it's just gold and...
Yeah, extra utilities power tier. Speaking of power, by the way, I think I'm going to start working on some tech mods. Also,
Nice.
It's raining slimes.
Yeah, I know. I need to make that wall a little bit taller.
You had one job.
I have another job. I want fun.
No, I do like the base layout. It looks pretty cool. So, did you have like plans for what these rooms would be, or you're just building rooms?
I was building rooms more or less, but probably try to keep similar things in similar rooms. Like all power in one room, and then
Like we could at the very
Farming.
least have like a tech room, a magic room. We could have our smeltery.
yeah.
Right. So where should I start if I'm going to start building tech? Actually, additions specifically. Where should I start doing that?
This room might be ideal. Just
Okay.
it's clean and you can work with it.
Cool. So like I can get some power gen in here. I can have you know, like a battery of some kind. Maybe I'll even build like a little basement out to like store some things in that we don't need to access all that much. That sound fair?
So these little spaces between the walls, you can
Yes.
put anything in here.
Okay.
You
That's
wire
cool.
it however you want, but that's what you get.
It's so this is like preemptive dire wire protection. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
You're like, I am
not very
prepared for the
wide.
dire wire.
You can't quite go overlapping cables, but you know.
Yeah. Well, all the actually addition stuff is lasers.
Yeah. So and then if you do,
That's even better.
I don't know, extra utilities, you still have the transfer node. You know, all
Right.
have one pipe. So
I remember how that whole laser system works. I mean, I have a rough idea. I recall for the most part. And I mean, there's the phantom stuff too. Don't forget, actually, Editions has all that phantom stuff,
yes.
which is cool.
Uh-huh.
Which is cool. All right, so I've been
is
cooking up a
cool.
lot of resources. I got us some more redstone. I know we've got more than this. I'm gonna have to borrow some of this black quartz. Oh, good, you have crushed black quartz. That's cool. I don't know where you got that from, but that's cool.
From the village that we went earlier. We didn't
I
get all
assumed
of
as
it.
much. Because we have black quartz ore, but you can't throw that in the furnace, but you can crush it to double it, so... but we don't have a crusher yet. But I can make a crusher now because we have some black quartz. So that's cool. Well done, sir.
Thank you. I'm gonna go handle the slimes.
This smeltery has been doing a great job. Fully automated, by the way. Look at all our metals.
Yeah, actually, it's doing fantastic, in fact.
Isn't it? Proud of it. Proud of the very generic and standard automation that I did. And have done 100 times.
It's very unique. It's you.
It's very feng shui, if you will. Where did our farm go? So our farm is gone. So hopefully we have food because I just ate my last piece of bread.
Should be in the bottom or in the materials chest. Crate.
Food?
Be bread in there.
I see no bread.
I got you. I think I took it then.
Took all the bread, Soren.
All the bread.
All right,
Been
cool.
running around for like 4 hours.
I
I got the
know.
farm set back up.
All right, so I'm gonna start building the actual addition stuff in this room. So I guess there's a couple things we're gonna need. We're gonna need power generation, then we're gonna need power storage, and then we're gonna need further things. I will very much more than likely eventually work towards having like a canola seed farm so that we can get canola power because that stuff's really good. Does that sound cool?
Has canola gotten any better?
I think he might have changed it. If
It
you
was
go
40
the
hours
crystallized route, it's really good.
Because I built one furnace gen and outweighed the crystallizer setup, like all the way through to empowered.
All right, so the first thing we have to get from actually additions, we need the Atomic Reconstructor. I thought it was already there. Sticks. Sticks. Where is all of our wood?
Look down.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. We have no wood at all, do
We
we?
get more than you bet.
Alright, so have you planted more trees? I see some in the distance.
I planted 2.
Okay, I guess that's pretty
West,
good.
I think.
Step 1, attain wood.
Oh, actually, I have some wood on me.
I have no doubt. You keep pillaring and I'll chop down these trees.
Okay.
We do have the ability to make a broad axe, by the way.
Okay.
Just as an FYI.
I'm gonna jump this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. Okay.
There we go. Wood. So let's get our Atomic Reconstructor. You know what? I'm probably going to need 2 of these at some point, so let's just go ahead and just do 1 Atomic Reconstructor, but that's cool. For power gen, I'm sure there's a coal burning one, right? Powered furnace, lava factory controller, energizer, coal generator. That sounds fair. And hey, guess what? We need that thing we just made. Cool. Now, eventually we'll get into the ability to store power. There's a new thing called a battery box, which apparently stores energy, which is cool. But we're not there yet, so we will get there. So first things first. Hello, little blue slime. Goodbye, little blue slime. That looks cool. And then with a redstone torch, I can put that in button mode, right? And then we can make a button for it. I've got a vanilla Minecrafty question for you.
All right.
What's the difference between a stone and a wood button?
The buttons?
Yeah.
I can't remember if arrows can actually activate the buttons.
Now who doesn't know
I-
vanilla Minecraft?
Well, it's either they. I think the arrows can activate when buttons.
Cool.
Okay.
Maybe.
Like, I feel like it's pulse length, possibly. Signal is stronger. Arrows can, wouldn't. Okay. Nice. Yeah, stone can't be activated that way.
Gotcha.
I remember there was a questing map at one point that looked kind of neat. It had a nice attribute. It was kind of like Mist in terms of aesthetic look. And the way to get out of the world or out of the first area is to shoot the button.
Gotcha.
But you have a choice between making different things. You have to make the bow first. And it's like, oh, that's kind of neat.
So what's crystal flux, by the way? Is that like a new form of redstone flux?
I think that's just RF named differently. Don't know for certain.
Cool.
When buttons last longer and a sword can activate. Oh, okay. There's a couple things I don't know about wooden buttons.
All right, so I think what I'd like to do more quickly than anything else is... Nice, it's filling up. It actually does have like a neat little thing going on in the bottom left with crystal flux. It's kind of cool. So I'm thinking I want a battery box. I want to try and make one of those. So battery box, we need an energizer and an innervator. So let's get the crusher going so we can start processing this stuff. Does that sound cool? So we need another one of those iron casings, and we're gonna need some redstone. So crusher, we're gonna need 4, 8, 10 redstone per crusher. But if I want to jump straight to double crusher, which it looks like I can easily do, we're going to need 24
Zombie
redstone?
incoming.
There's a creeper. This creeper likes your base sword.
He likes you. I'm not sure which.
Yay!
Zam! 6. It's not as exciting.
So I'm gonna jump straight to the double crusher, by the way.
Sounds like a decent idea.
I might be lying. I may not be jumping straight to the double crusher.
What does the double crusher cost?
More black quartz than I currently have.
3. Okay.
So I'm gonna need, yeah, a little bit more. A little bit more. Only because I'm trying to be hyper efficient and not process any of the quartz that I've mined until I crusher it.
Right.
So that should be cool. Come on, black quartz. There you go. All right, so now we're gonna need two more of these and another crusher. And then to go along with that, we're gonna need another iron casing. And then two more of these and the nuggets. Cool. Yeah, we can get a double crusher now.
Nice.
And this accepts any cobblestone, so that's actually good. I might, I'll stick to crafting over here because I have other resources. Might want to put, you know, a thing, but we'll see. Hey, we've got a double crusher.
Nice.
It processes, assuming it has enough power, it processes 2 ores at a time. It currently, by the way, does not have enough power. But soon. Soon. Maybe the furnace I'll make too, just to make our lives a little bit easier. What's involved in making... There's the powered furnace. I think there's a double furnace, isn't there? Powered furnace is previously doubled furnace, so it's already... Okay, cool, that's cool. What's that, buddy?
Do you have the bucket still? Or did you use that when you transferred it?
If I have it, I might have used it to craft.
No, yeah, I think you used it. Okay,
I might have used it, yeah. Cobblestone, 2 furnaces. Two. Nice. Two of these. 2 Inuri crystals, which are just iron in that laser guy. I'll pop this dude over here in this corner for crafting. Hey, guess what we have now?
Powered furnace?
Yeah. Which can smelt 2 items at a time. Again, provided it has enough power.
Nice.
Yeah. It's pretty spiffy. Wow, it really burns through the power, though. It really burns through the power.
I mean, what were we using to power it?
I have like one coal generator. That's powering 3 machines at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, like we're not generating nearly enough power. That'll be a minute or two. But we have basic infrastructure of power and stuff left up and running. What would be involved in making a drill? Because I love drills. So that requires diamantine crystals and Yori blocks. That's a lot of iron. A drill core, which requires even more iron. I'm gonna hold off on the drill for now. But we've got the basics, right? Oh, that's right. We have item interfaces. It's been so long since I played with actual editions. There's so many cool things to make.
I still like the phantom faces.
Yeah.
They're just expensive, though.
Yeah, true. I do want to make this battery box thing and try it because it's new to me and I haven't played with it yet.
Mm-hmm. We can do that.
I'm just not on. I guess we have the resources to make it. I'm burning through our iron very quickly.
We also need a battery. Get that one.
Right. Correct. And the problem is the low tier batteries really don't hold a lot of power.
No.
Yeah, like triple is only 600,000 RF. Quadruple's 1 million. What I'm thinking I'd rather do, like, I want to play with them, but they just seem...
It's almost not
yeah.
useful in some cases.
It's probably not useful until you really build a large multi-block. Because they work as multi-blocks. But,
right.
You know, they... I might want to go with the capacitor from immersive engineering. Because that thing, the HV one, is just... Well, it does require steel. Block of lead. Steel, steel. So there's only 2 types of steel in here. I'm just looking to see if there's like an easier way to get around making the steel. Steel, 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 steel. Yeah, I don't know if there's a good way to get steel. I could get the MV capacitor. How much does the MV capacitor hold? Do we know?
Offhand.
I'm gonna grab the engineer's manual real quick. Because we should. Do we have sugar cane? We have 2 paper.
Rice can make paper.
Truth. Rice can make paper. You are correct. And you can also make paper with those, unless you change the recipe in 11, but I doubt it. I think it's something like this.
Just rice and just in diagonal.
Yep, now I got it. Oh, that's 2. I got 2 of the wrong thing.
Oh, we have books, by the way.
Do we?
I went to a village. It's in the top right chest.
Well, I already made the book, so it's fine.
That's fine. Just for future knowledge.
Yep. By the way, have you seen the breaker switch?
The one that toggles energy?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you're familiar with it?
I think that was in 1.7.10.
Yeah. But do you know what it does?
It doesn't allow power to go through if it's toggled off.
Correct. I have to show Soren because he clearly doesn't know what it does. And yes, I know I have one of those things.
Like the one in the wall to my right?
What's that?
A breaker switch. I have one in the room. They trusted me with the breaker switch.
Wow, that seems like a really big mistake on their part.
I mean, it was probably a good thing because I actually tripped the breaker at one point.
Yeah.
I was moving an LED lamp that I wired, and the leads into the lamp, the copper leads, touched the metal radiator, and the light blew up. tripper or the breaker tripped.
Come here, come here,
And I was in the dark.
Click it. All right, now, so apparently,
I was wondering why you were so excited about this.
it doesn't play for other players. You know whose voice that is?
That's yours.
Yeah, it is.
I was wondering what sound you wanted to make for blue, but I thought it was some kind of knife switch or something. No, that is...
like apparently when I was doing my invasion series with the Palomar, there was a point where I made one of these, and like, you know, when I activated it, I made that sound effect, and Palomar called me out on it, and I'm like, look, it's not my fault. His mod is incomplete.
I mean, yeah, I got the rest of the Twitter part of that. I read Switchblade though. I don't know why. Now I understand.
It's the best. I love it. I love it. I have one Minecraft game complete.
I'm not expecting that either. Like, why are you so excited? It's like, this doesn't seem that complicated, but oh.
Let's see. This sounds crazy, but I can't find a category in the book for capacitors. Basic wiring, power gen, breaker switch, current transformer, redstone wire, thermoelectric generator, diesel generator, lightning rod. Maybe it's under basic wiring?
Probably.
Connector amounts. Ah, capacitors. Here we go. It doesn't tell me the amounts. That's all I want to know is how much a capacitor stores. I know, like, HV is 4 million, which is pretty good. It would just involve us getting steel, which, you know, we'd have to get the thing for.
My guess is that would be power, or like multiplication of 2. So 4 million, half that 2 million, and then 1 million.
That's what I'm thinking. Do they form multi-blocks?
No.
That's a bummer.
At least they didn't before. They might. No. We have the best clip ever.
Oh, yeah?
Super excited. I'll tweet it in a second here.
Nice. Alright, guys, we'll be back in a minute. Alright, guys, so I'm actually in my test world checking out how these things work. Basically, you put down a battery box, and then you can put a battery in it. So, like, the single battery stores 200,000, or the quintuple stores 2 million, right? You put that in there, it can store that amount of power. Now, if you shift right-click it such that it's glowing, it'll distribute that power to adjacent ones. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how this will work out for us, or if it'll work out for that matter. Looks like it stopped storing power, which is interesting. So I have to, like, figure it out. I don't like it. It's weird. The good news is that if there's only one block, it can send and receive from the same block. So that's cool. But I thought you would share to, like, that one, right? Because if we look at this guy, the manual says, put a battery in it to be able to store battery energy on the battery itself. If you set the battery to discharge mode velocity or by applying redstone pulse to the battery box, it will try to spread the power it receives equally up to 15 adjacent boxes, right? So doing it this way is cool. The problem is, right, so what we could do is if we wanted to store a large amount of power, we just turn off that glowing, and then it's gonna, with them all off, they all store it. The problem is getting the energy out. We need lasers on each of these things to get the energy out. Now, out of curiosity, yeah, you do that. All right, so that's cool. So the problem is getting the energy out, right? So if we stop pumping energy in, and if we want to get energy out of the center one, it can't fill this guy up because these guys can accept but not send. So the whole unless I put a laser on each of these, right? Like I could totally have a laser on each of these, but I don't like that idea. So I'm just trying to figure out like what battery storage option. Now, obviously I could just have one bat box and hopefully eventually get to a quintuple, but that's, you know, expensive. It's, you know, 5 empowered diamonds and, you know, the previous version, which is, you know, so it gets pricey real quick. So just trying to figure out how I want to store power that we're producing. So we'll come back in a minute and we'll be on the server again. All right, guys, we're back. So here's what I'm finding. And I think we want a couple of these to be, yeah. So we're going to want 4 of these.
Do you have that hammer, perchance?
I do. Would you like to borrow it?
Like, cute.
I see an elephant.
Yeah. That's a job. A cool tool on him.
Oh?
Check it out. You should be holding it, I think.
What is it?
I don't know if you had a pickaxe or a hammer, but I think you had a pickaxe from Embers.
Cool. All right, so if I want to make... I'm going to try and get the double battery, which doesn't look too bad because we don't require an innervator for that. Triple battery, we need the energizer for. So I'm going to get 10 Inyori crystals, and we'll get... This will at least get us some power storage. That will be good. And I'll feel comfortable having a little bit of power storage in this thing. Oh, that is a big hammer.
Yeah.
That is a very big tool. What is that from Embers, I guess? We have to start looking at Embers, dude. So I think I need 2 of these. And then we need...
It's pretty neat, the mod.
Embers? Yeah. I need to, you know, get around to checking it out. I just haven't yet.
It's changed quite a bit from 110, which is much better.
Yeah.
Like 111 is the better iteration because that's kind of 110 was all the this is just me testing around kind of period of time. I think we're out Iwu.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking about, I think I want the double battery. So what this should be able to do now, the last thing I'll need is a laser. Which we need obsidian to get these lasers. I'm gonna need a few pieces of obsidian. We don't have that yet, do we? Though, in theory, we can get it from the smeltery, can't we? Can't we still make obsidian in the smeltery?
Water and lava, yep. Recommendation, I think obsidian. Let's see.
Cool. Oh, good. We have more iron.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So if you make an obsidian pickaxe, I think that can mine obsidian.
Yeah.
And then we could just get more obsidian to do that.
Yeah. I mean, this way works just as easily, right?
Yeah.
We even have like a nice little lake over here. Oh, good. We actually have seared brick. In fact, I need 3 more of these. And we're going to need 4 obsidian, right? So we need 4 buckets of water. Two, 3, 4. I'm going to turn you off for a sec so that I can put the obsidian on the bottom. And then we should be able to get 4 obsidian out of there. Yay! We're crafting obsidian, sir.
Nice.
Right? So I'm going to need 2 more of these dudes. 1, I need a little bit more redstone. This mod really does use quite a bit of redstone. Luckily, it's not that hard to come by. What's that?
No, not really. It does use quite a bit.
Yeah. You guys see that awesome rubber banding action? Cool. So, this. And I think they all need to be golds, right? So 1 gold, 2 golds. While I was over there, I probably should have gotten an Inuri crystal, but that's okay. 2 Inuri crystals, 2 redstone blocks. We'll pour another obsidian here. And then once this is up and running, we should have a better power system effectively. Cool. So once this thing settles down, we should be in good shape. I'm still impressed by like the cooling effect on the casting basin. It still really impresses me. So now, this is probably going to be a temporary location for this. But like, let's say that we had the bat
for the next 8 hours
in the center of the room, right? So check this out, Soren. Here's what I'm going to do. Question. If I break this, he does retain his crystal flux. So that's good news, kind of. So I can assume thereby that this guy, if broken, will retain his crystal flux. So we'll put this guy here. So check this out. We'll do power gen like in one corner.
Okay. It looks like a little hat.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking eventually I would like this to be like in the ceiling of this room.
Okay.
Something like that. And you can see, like, if you look at the battery on here, how much it's storing. So I made a double, which is 350. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that work?
That'll work for a long time, I think.
Yeah.
At least for now.
Yeah, it'll work for the time being, right? Like, it's not super elegant. Like, ideally, I'd like those lasers to be, like, across the ceiling. Right?
Yeah. We just need a ceiling first. Right?
Yeah. Like, we're not in a position where we can spend resources for aesthetic appearances, but once we are, like, it'll look a little bit nicer. Cool?
It'll work for me.
Okay. And you can use that powered furnace, by the way. It does a good job of cooking things. It's faster than a regular furnace, and it does 2 at a time. It auto split stacks as well. You might just have to put some coal in the coal generator. And then maybe next episode I'll work towards getting a canola farm that we can start doing stuff with. And we can have canola and that kind of good thing.
Yeah.
That sound good? Alright, for now, I think it's wrapping up point for the episode. So, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will be back next time. Work on, I guess, more power. Sound cool?
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Take it easy.